I lost
Glad
track
to have you
of
guys
time.
join us. I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day. Benita, are you a mommy?
Yes, I have a
We're, a mo-
29-year-old.
we're all mamas, right? I
Yep.
mowed the grass on Mother's Day. It brought me joy.
Oh, that's cool.
My husband's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What makes me happy?
That's
Cutting
what
the
it's all
grass."
about.
So it was very, very fun. So let's start off with just a little prayer as per usual. Father God, thank you for these women. Thank you for Mary Kay. Thank you for a wonderful Mother's Day. Thank you for Mary Kay, who just had a birthday on the 12th, and for the opportunity to celebrate her and our wonderful memories with this company tonight. Amen.
Amen.
So I just want to be grateful for Teresa and her thought about tonight's meeting. It was always fun because we're like, well, what do you got? What are we going to talk about tonight? And we always throw out some pretty
One
good
of us
things.
can, have some kind of burst of inspiration, and
If one's off, the other's on, and vice. So you just always need a gal pal like that and a power partner
sure.
like that. So I thought that was a really nice thing for a let's talk um, discussion this evening about Mary Kay and the fact that her birthday was on the 12th. And I don't know, did y'all do anything special for Mary Kay's birthday with your clients? I got to tell you, the day came and went and I kind of forgot about it. So what did y'all do? Anybody think special in honor of Mary Kay's birthday?
I was really pitiful this year too. I will be the first to admit. I mean, I was like late in the afternoon of the 12th, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to do something. And I was in the middle of 14 other things, and I just said, Mary Kay, I love you. I'll do something later, and I will. I still will. And maybe this is it. Maybe this is it. Just talking about our memories.
Yeah, I think. Well, I usually do the big 1 week, it's my birthday, you can buy if you want to sale. But to be honest, I just don't do any other promotions other than the special deals that somebody else puts together for us every month. And it's just amazing. I like that she put on here, Mary Kay for her birthday and all, but that's pretty much all I do and it works. So no need to do any other special deals but that. So Teresa, kick us off tonight. What do you have in mind for us? We're gonna talk a little bit about our best Mary Kay memories, or we want to do some crow time.
Oh, a little bit of everything. Does somebody have something that they'd like to share? Either a crow, something that's going on in your personal life that is great, or a special favorite Mary Kay memory, either of her or in the Mary Kay world. One of your favorite memories. So we'll kick it off to you guys, and then we can kind of come back around. So Denise has got her finger up. We'll go to Denise.
One of my favorite memories, there's many. I never got to meet her. I feel a little left out about that, but I will one day. It was when we were at seminar and you two brought in Elvis. That was such a highlight and I was a young consultant then, I mean, in years. So that was just so much fun. So, no, Nora wasn't with us. But these two hired Elvis impersonator. And
there he is.
There you go.
There he is when he came to Louisville, and that's Carrie with him, if you can believe it or not. I mean, and does he not look like the real deal? His name was Michael, and
wasn't he a boyfriend or the husband of a consultant?
No, we found him. Lucinda hired him in Dallas to do one of our big Mariner area
Stars and Cars. Oh, okay.
Well, that's where we started, in Dallas with them. And we all fell in love with him. I hired him to go out on a limo cruise with my unit, and he hit it off with one of my consultants. So they kind of had a thing going for a while. And then we flew him, when the Tupin found out about him, we flew him to Louisville to do Stars and Cars. So that was the whole. And then the next year we had him, he came to our room and entertained us in our room. And
that's what I remember.
We were all in our robes.
Rated G.
And he came in and danced and sang for us. And yeah, that was pretty special.
That's so cool. Okay, that just made me think, and I want to make sure everybody gets time to talk here because I know Nora unmuted herself there for a second. She's got a memory. But Stars and Cars, oh my gosh. Linda Tupid would rent out the Louisville
Garden.
Gardens. And let me tell you what a big deal this was. It was, I think, better and bigger than Career Conference. And it was the Tupin area and adoptees. And we had entertainment and we had the smoke, and out came the pink Cadillacs. And I did the music behind the curtain. It was such a big deal that when I was dating Reggie and he lived in Grand Cayman and my parents and I were going to go to Grand Cayman, I went the day after my parents because I couldn't miss doing the music at Stars and Cars. Okay. That was the biggest deal, and fashion shows, and oh my goodness,
Yeah.
Linda loved big events.
Yeah, she was the master of big. Yeah, she loved that very much.
She
Oh,
did.
there's Earl. Yeah, thanks, Denise. That really the Elvis part of those few years that we were hanging out with Elvis really is a good memory. And he so stinking cute. Oh, he was the young Elvis. So Sony's hanging up there.
Okay, Nora, unmute yourself again and tell us your best.
Okay, well, one, I gotta say, just talking stars, I really miss our star parties. Those were always fun, the quarterly stars. But anyway, mine's just a really quick memory because I remember the 50th anniversary because that was my first time on stage, getting my first ring. So I'm excited for the 60th to just keep the momentum going here. But
That's pretty
that was,
cool.
and we had a good
Realize
crowd of
that.
people there. Yeah, and because my first little throne is gold. All the others are pinks, but that one's gold.
Oh, that's cool. Didn't
Yeah.
know that.
You've been crossing stage for 10 years. Was there one year that
It was one year I
nine
missed.
times?
Yeah,
Nine
there was one year I missed, so this will be my 10th ring.
Wow.
Well, you
Yeah.
got 10 fingers.
I
And
know.
Time to go to the toes.
Then we're
right?
going to toes. Yep, then we're going to toes. But
Yeah.
I just remember that was the year we had so many people there. We had a big crowd, like Cheryl and Kathy and Tracy, Cindy. Like it was just a really fun. It was fun, and that was my first real experience because the year before was my first time there, but I was sick as a dog and missed everything. I ended up being sick in the hotel. So
I remember
anyway,
that.
yeah, it was the first time I met you in person.
Right. I remember.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember
Okay.
too. I do too.
Yeah.
You and your husband and your daughter.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Right. And we all
Who's
shared
next?
our
Oh,
sickness.
yes, it was very cool. I remember that. Dee Dee's got her hand up again. Something else popped up.
Yeah. Thank you, Nora. You reminded me.
Never
So
mind.
in 2005, Teresa, you might have to help me. I was crowned Queen of Sales of the it was the Go Give area at that time, right?
Correct.
That Friday night or the night before we started our classes and things or opening ceremony, and I was crowned Queen of Sales, and I also had done director, and so I was on stage with my court. I actually found a picture of that the other day. It was fun
Great.
to remember that.
Yeah. Being on stage in Dallas for whatever capacity you're there is magical. You know, and before Mary Kay, somebody say, "Oh, you're going to walk across the stage, and you're going to win prizes, and you're going to wave at people," and I'm like, "No, that's nah. Yeah. It's just an amazing. Mary Kay knew how to lift people up, you know,
Yeah.
with fun and prizes and the music and the entertainment. So, oh my gosh, seminar coming. I'm getting really excited about this year's seminar being the 60th and the fact that we haven't had one. I mean, last year was the first year back. I didn't go. Nora and Susan went, and I was jealous, and I'm so glad that we are going this year. It's going to be amazing. And look, all of us on here right now are going to seminar. How awesome is that? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. Who else has something else, a memory or something they want to share? Benita, you have something? Yes.
Well, my first big thing I ever went to was something of Linda's. So she had over at the convention center over in Louisville. And that was my very first time to hear Pam Shaw and Gloria Mayfield Banks speak. And I had my picture with both of them. And then when a couple years ago, I was like scrolling through some pictures or found something. I don't remember what it was. And I am the goofiest looking person because I'm like, it's with Pam going. I was like, oh my God, I met Pam Shaw. And then now it's like, oh yeah, I talk to Pam every day. But I sent that picture to her and she was laughing so hard. And I was like, yeah, I was laughing when I saw that too.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
But my first seminar was when they did, last year was my first one back since 2003 or 4, something like that. And I just could not believe the difference in what it was then and what it is now. Is still phenomenal, but the show they put on then was just so over the top. I mean, there were people spinning in the ceiling and all that. And I was like, whoa, I'm going to see that again. Then walked in, I was like, something's different here. So,
Well, and
but
I
I'm
think
excited.
that will vary from year to year because the shows always have. But I think last year being the first year back, just getting back on track. But yeah,
Well, right. That's what I thought. And then that was last year was my first time to get to walk across the stage. And I want to tell y'all, before I walked out, there's like, wave with your left hand, wave with your left hand. And I walked out and I was like, wave with my right hand. I mean,
almost out the
you
window,
just
right?
totally forget once you go.
And keep your arm straight so the arm doesn't wave back.
I
Right?
know. I had on long sleeves. Thank you.
There
So
you
it
go.
didn't.
Teresa, do you
Okay.
remember when they brought in the tap dogs from Australia? The
Uh-huh.
men's Australian tap dance crew.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
If you talk about women and the estrogen,
Yeah, they were shirtless and they're
oh, they were the hottest things.
yeah.
We were screaming, have a men's dance corps in there tap dancing. That was pretty awesome.
What
Pretty
year was
awesome.
that?
Something that I
Oh,
ran
Lord,
across
yeah, I don't
today,
know, a
just,
long time
just
ago.
something that this is going to surprise you. I think this completely shocked me when I was thinking about, okay, so when was Mary Kay's last seminar? Because,
Mm.
and Susan remembers what it was like because she had had her stroke and she couldn't speak. And she spent, this was 2000, I think.
It was probably 2000 because 2001
After
is when she
2001.
died.
So I think it was 2000, and it was the year that I was in the Go Give, one of the 12 Go Gives. So that was extra special because it was Mary Kay's last seminar. I didn't know that it would be, but she came out on Richard's arm because we didn't see her the whole seminar. We just knew that she was going to try to come out for the closing General Assembly, and Susan remembers, and she came out on Richard's arm, and Mary Kay, she's larger than life, and she said a bit falteringly, but clearly, you
You
can
can
do
do it.
it. And that was
And
it.
somebody started singing Mary Kay Enthusiasm
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We were all
to
standing
the crowd,
and we were
all
bawling,
bawling.
bawling.
We had those little electric candles or something.
Yeah.
I got that Mary Kay and she just stood there and like,
I
oh,
know. I'll cry. I mean, it was amazing.
I know Norris graduated there.
I'm sitting there thinking that might have been my first seminar because I remember all that.
Okay, that was probably 2000. And here's the other thing but it was the point that I was going to make was so she passed in 2001, and she started the company when she was 45 years ago. 45 years old, right? She's 45. She started it. She passed in 2001 at 83 years old. So she only worked this business for 38 years.
Mm.
I've been in this business for 34 years. And it's like, wow, that really
Much.
I know. I mean, seriously, when you go 38 years, it seems like she was it from day one and still is. Of course she is. I mean, she's still the heart of Mary Kay. She left such a legacy with the Nationals and all of us who carry on her torch which was her whole, when she met us at DIQ week, and I'm sure you remember this too, Susan. I'll show this last picture and then I'm going to shut up. But the thing that she said, I think to all of us, was she grabbed our hands with her little hands in her 6-inch heels, and she was still 6 inches shorter than I was. And she said, pass it on. And she said it with such passion, and that you could feel the electricity coming through her. And you just blubbered. But so there's my favorite little picture. That's my DIQ sister, Tanya, and I'm still Facebook friends with her. She's a quarter horse trainer and an Australian Shepherd breeder in Oklahoma. Isn't that cool? She did not continue on with her Mary Kay business, but we're still really good friends on Facebook. And oh my gosh. Okay, I'm done. I could talk for hours. You could tell. Denise?
I think it was in Atlanta at Leadership when we went to the aquarium.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Uh-huh.
That was the first time I ever met Linda Tupin. And I believe Lucinda introduced me to Linda. And she was just passing through, and I was with Lucinda, and she introduced us. And I was so stinking starstruck. I really was. It was so funny. And afterwards, I was quite embarrassed. But yeah, and Linda was just so sweet. But that's the first time I'd met her. And that was fun.
Yep. Special mentors in this.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a fun little photo. That's me. I was a newlywed. Oh my gosh. I probably thought I was fat. Look how
I know.
look how young
Is that
she
Vicky
is.
O'Bannon?
And
Vicky
glowing, that's
O'Bannon.
Vicky O'Bannon.
Yeah,
and
it's Vicky.
Teresa. Look at hot Teresa.
I know it's
And
Teresa.
We were in Phoenix, I think it was. We were in a director conference, leadership conference.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And Cirque du Soleil
Oh,
came and performed for us.
yes.
How
Yes.
cool is
Cirque du
that?
Soleil. I'll
It
never
was
forget.
amazing.
And we remember Tracy. Tracy, you're Tracy, the hairdresser. Tracy, what's her name, Teresa? Your hairdresser.
Oh, Tracy Carroll. I'm sorry.
Tracy Carroll.
Talking to me.
He did my hair and the whole, that was so much fun. Oh my gosh.
When I met Keith, my husband, Vicky was his hairdresser.
Really?
Oh, you're kidding.
And I'll never forget, y'all. He goes, my hairdresser quit. She's doing this thing called Mary Kay.
That crazy comes around, goes around.
I know.
Betty, Sony, do you all have a memory or something you'd like to share?
Can't think of anything right this exact moment.
Okay. I know you've
It
been
looks like
in
Kilroy.
seminar with Mary Kay. I know.
And
I
then
don't have
I'll put you on a pillow.
Oh, there's
Lord,
so
I'm a
many.
mess. I've only been twice, and it's just bigger than you expect. Like you said, it was just so many people, and it was like a truly over the top performance. So even outside of the awards and everything, it was just entertaining, and the room is just literally electric because everybody's so excited. So it's definitely got to be on your to-do list if you never went.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think everybody here has been to seminar too. Yep.
For sure. Now this is a lovely little flashback. Look at that hair. That's me. That's me in my red director suit. And I think I had red hair at the time.
And
I
red
decided-
lipstick.
Yeah. And red lipstick. That was my red phase, my power phase. I still have that suit. You know I do. It's up
Of course,
in my
yes.
in my closet. I finally one year took probably a dozen suits to dress for success. Like I just can't keep them all. But this one, that red suit was my favorite. It was long and had the slit up the side. Oh gosh, so young.
Another thing that I'll just share another memory, a Mary Kay memory, because first of all, she was funny as hell. She'd get out on the stage and she would go totally off script and crack people up, cutting up. She had fun. She was fun out there. And we used to have an MC, Dale Alexander, right, Susan? I know, when we were growing up in Mary Kay, and he I mean, he was the ringleader for the whole seminar, and he was just awesome and so much fun. And he would tell Mary Kay stories, and because he'd been with the company with Mary Kay for years, and they were dear, dear friends. And my favorite Mary Kay story
I
was
bet I
the
know
one
what this is.
where he would be out there on the stage with Mary Kay, and she'd be talking, and she started walking away, and her pantyhose started slipping down. Is that the exact way that Susan could probably tell the story better than I can, other than the fact that he started going behind her and grabbing them, and she just kept on walking, and he's pulling her pantyhose back up as she's walking off the stage. And she
No,
just was,
that's not the one I remember. I remember she had a broken arm or a shoulder surgery, and her arm was in a sling, and her her skirt fell
her
off.
skirt fell off. That's another one. Yeah.
And it was either Dale or the love of my life, Gary Jinks,
Oh,
had to pull her skirt up. And I mean, can you imagine? You're the CEO, and
you know.
your skirt falls down on the stage. Remember Gary Jinks? Oh,
Yes.
Gary,
Oh,
I
yes.
love- Oh, he was that boy.
And you know, here's what's going to be so special this year, you guys. Ryan Rogers. He is the CEO, and he is going to be out there, and it is going to be like having Mary Kay herself out there. Really, we are going to go totally berserk because he's at the helm, and it just, you know, I'm. It's a new year. It's a new era. I mean, can you guys feel the electricity? I don't know about you, but my sales are, I mean, and I'm constantly, they're off the charts for me personally. And I'm constantly picking up new clients that I'm not necessarily, they're finding me. So they're searching for Mary Kay. They're searching for Mary Kay products. They're looking, we had our gathering last night and had lookbooks sitting out in the middle of the table, and some woman walked by immediately. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm in town for a couple of months, can I have one of those books? And I'm like, yes, and you can have my name and my phone number too. You know, so you guys, they're looking for us, so let's go out and find them. Let's pass it on. Let's truly take this legacy of Mary Kay and all the gifts and things that she has given us and this company, and continues to give to us. And in 34 countries, we're unparalleled in, I think, the direct sales market. And I think we're ready to take it to that next level. I think we made it through COVID. We made it through all the shifts and the changes and the trials that and we're out on the other side. And now we've learned to work our business any way, shape, or form. It doesn't make any difference. There's no excuse not to be working your business and not to be passing it on and being successful with your Mary Kay business.
I had something kind of fun happen the other day. You guys know I have a little side gig, you know, Mary Kay I'll do for the rest of my life, but I got a little side gig where I sell big things, which are houses. And just the other day, one of my buddies in that office texted me. She goes, you got a little something I can give somebody for Mother's Day? Which was really cute. You know, I'm like, I don't really talk that much about it in that office. I always go with my face on. Somebody's always commenting about lips, you know, whatever. And I go, well, I think I might have a thing or two. $183 later, you know, I was delivering stuff to her because she said, do you give Mary Kay as closing gifts? And I said, I absolutely do. I give satin hands with a little tag that says, thank you for allowing me to give you a hand with your real estate needs. And she goes, I need that. And so when I dropped it off, she goes, I'm going to start doing that with every closing. Well, she's a major seller. So I'm like, okay. So it was just kind of neat how the two businesses married, and you know, how I can make both of them work that way. But it was just something fun I wanted to crow about, because that was almost a $200 order that started with what I thought would be a hand cream.
Yeah.
You never know, you know.
You don't.
So very cool. But yeah, people want what we have for sure. And I still believe it's not only the products, but it's the service. They love supporting a small business person in their community. And you know, we just have what nobody else does. You need it at 10 o'clock at night before you go on vacation the next day. There we are. Dee Dee, what you got? Unmute yourself.
Okay, so today, oh, there's a new coffee shop in town, and I have made myself a fixture there. And well, Earl's more of a fixture than I am, but I took some goodie bags because the first time I went, I met 3 women, and well, they're young girls, 20s, maybe 30s, but today I put some bags in my briefcase and I took them, and I was able to give away 2. Okay, we're in the South, right? Do you know that neither one of these women had ever used Mary Kay, and one of them had never heard of it? What are the odds? Yeah. I mean, I understand not using it or never trying it, but not hearing of it or knowing what it was. She was asking me, what is this? Is this skincare or what?
Wow. You
I
need to
know.
be all their friends. All their friends. 'Cause they're
Exactly.
clueless.
I know, exactly. And these are the girls that work there, and one of them was the daughter of the owner, who is a dentist in town, and he has opened up coffee shops in different areas in this area in the upstate. But I was just floored, and I was like, yay.
Nice. Good idea. Nora?
I have a fun little story. So I had my mom at the cardiologist today for just a checkup, and one of my little old ladies happened to be sitting in the waiting room with one of the drivers, and I motioned to my mom, like, that's my blush on her face, like I know her. So she kept looking at me and didn't say anything. We both happened to be coming out at the same time, and of course, they're both headed into the ladies' room, and she's walking by me, and she just kept looking at me, and I stopped her. I said, I don't know if you remember me, but I'm Nora with Mary Kay. She said, oh, how did I do? Did I do okay? Did I? She was just so proud that she was using it, and I had taught her. And I said, you look great, Betty. You look great.
Those are the heart pinchers, right? I mean, that
was
really
so
does.
sweet. Yeah.
That's what it's all about. You're right.
Yep.
Adorable.
That's awesome.
I think we're passing it on quite beautifully, to be honest. I think Mary Kay would be proud of all of us. Dee Dee?
I just got to tell this. It just came to me. So I have a client who was Elijah's Spanish tutor when he was in high school. Drop dead gorgeous, and she's Cuban. And we had become close over the years as she was my client. So I called her out of the stinking blue and said, I want to offer you the opportunity. I said, do you mind? And she said, I don't know. I said, well, just listen, and then you can make up your mind. So I told her about it. Her mother just recently died after her taking care of her for 7 years. And I knew that she had been constrained, and she is an interpreter. So she said, you know what? This sounds like something that would be really good for my sister. She's now taking care of her disabled sister. And she said, could Yolanda make $100 a month? And I just, bit my lip, and I said, well, you got to remember that what you get out of the business is in direct proportion to what you put into it. But I would say that with your circle of friends, that Yolanda could make quite a bit more in profit. So I'm meeting with them next week. And I'm so excited about that, because you know how we tell people this may or may not be for you. And if it's not, it might be for somebody you know. And it was just bingo. It just worked. It was beautiful.
Who do you know? Who do you
Awesome.
know? That's so
Awesome.
great. Well, this was fun. I hope Mary Kay is feeling the love and honored that we would talk about her tonight and our best Mary Kay memories. One of my best parts of Mary Kay is all of you. So the friendships, the girlfriends, the lipstick, yeah. But
All of the above.
all of this, all of you, the friendships. Love you all. Thank you for giving us 30 minutes of your week.
Love you. Good night. Thank you, Mary
Have
Kay.
a good one. Thank you,
Thanks,
Mary
you
Kay.
all.
That's
Love
right.
you, girls. Bye.